We are the ones who clearly see the evil due to the decay of families. We should turn away from this sin. So, Janardhan, we are the ones who clearly see the evil due to the decay of families. We should turn away from this sin. We should not partake in whatever is bound to happen. Now that he has talked of family, something else comes up. Now we see the social side of Arjuna coming up, and this is very important. So far we had seen the physical, the biological side of Arjuna. Now we see what kind of a social mind Arjuna is. Let's listen what he says. If all the people here who are all males are killed, then the family decays. And if the family decays, then all the religious rights of that family will die out. And if that happens, then dharma is no more, as there is nobody to conduct the religious rights, and then adharma will overpower the entire family. He says, if all the people here are all males, if they are killed, then the family decays. And if the family decays, then all the religious rights of that family, they too will die out. And if that happens, then dharma is no more, because there is nobody conducting the religious rights. And when dharma is no more, then adharma will overpower the entire family. So you get here an idea of the social and religious orientation of Arjuna here. And that's not merely Arjuna's, that represents the prevailing social and religious dogmas of that time. Not only that time, it is quite interesting how what Arjuna is saying to applicable squarely to our times as well, because Arjuna's religious beliefs are exactly the beliefs of our age, our times. What is Arjuna saying? Arjuna is saying that dharma equals ceremonies. If the families decay, then there will be nobody conducting the ceremonies. And if the ceremonies are not there, then dharma is not there. So dharma equals ceremonies. If that also not the view that the biggest part of population holds today as well, that dharma means ceremonies. Do this, and you are dharmic. On that particular day, do not cross that line, close that room, paint the wall, wear some mark on your forehead in a particular month, go and visit that particular shrine. And if you do these things, if you do these prescripted things, then you are religious, right? So dharma is about doing certain prescribed things. It's a particular set of pre-appointed actions that constitute dharma. That's the notion Arjuna is coming from. And is that also not a prevalent notion today? Please tell me. Is that also not the prevalent notion today? It is. So we are Arjuna. We are Arjuna both physically and mentally or socially. Look at the argument. So many people will die. Who will perform the rites and the ceremonies? And if there are no ceremonies, adharma will loom large over the entire country. And so, Krishna, you see, you are such a dharmic person. You should not be telling me to fight, because if I fight, then that will mean the victory of adharma. Do you see how ego acts? It acts as the teacher of the teacher. Here Arjuna does not even know that he is trying to teach Krishna. Arjuna is telling Krishna, if you are telling me to fight, then you are telling me to promote adharma. And if you tell Arjuna in his face that you are trying to usurp Krishna's position, you are actually trying to become a teacher to Krishna. Arjuna will say, I cannot even think of that. I respect Krishna so much. Will I ever try to teach Krishna? But that's what exactly you are doing here, sir. That's exactly what you are doing. The ego takes itself to be the truth, right? Nobody considers himself as a mere fallacy, a shadow, an apparition. Do we do that? We take ourselves as real, don't we? So, the ego thinks of itself as the truth, and if the ego is the truth, why will the truth accept any teacher? The ego really cannot accept any teacher. In some sense, the teacher has to fool the ego to get himself to be heard. The central belief of the ego is I am the truth. Through various means and tricks and methods, the teacher needs to display to the ego and that it is not the truth. Otherwise, the ego has a deep and unquestionable belief I am the truth, I am the truth. Though it will pretend to be humble on the surface. You ask the ego, you think you are the truth, and there can be no two truths. Therefore, Krishna is not the truth. You are the truth standing in front of Krishna, and you cannot have two truths. Therefore, Krishna is not the truth. And the ego will say, God forbid. I am such a humble ego. How can I pretend to be bigger than Krishna? No, no. I am not saying Krishna is not the truth. But, sir, that's exactly reflecting in your thoughts and words and deeds. Look at what you are saying and doing. It is very clear that you are taking yourself to be the truth. So Arjuna is presenting his case this way to Krishna. What do you think of Arjuna? A character coming from the 10th or 15th century BC? Or is the something sitting in the middle of us? Is there anything that Arjuna has said that has become outdated? Any argument that Arjuna is making is very topical, very relevant? If you are not told that the text is in Sanskrit, and you are not told that the setting is in an ancient battlefield, you will immediately say, oh, this is happening right in middle of us. That's the reason Gita is so important. That's where its scaredness comes from. That also gives us a definition of scaredness. The scared is not necessarily that which has been told of us scared. The scared is not necessarily that which has been thought of us scared. The scared is not only that which liberates you in his moment. That's the definition of scaredness. That which liberates you today is scared, and only that is scared. If an ancient text is scared, then it must liberate you today. And that's what the Gita does. Therefore, Gita passes the test of scaredness. Not all the books that you call as Shastra pass the test of scaredness. They do nothing to liberate you today. They should not even be called as Shastra. Only a very small number of books today deserve to be called as scriptures. And those scriptures must be respected unconditionally. But only those scriptures. Not every old book in Sanskrit can be held as respectable just because it is old and it is in Sanskrit and it talks of religious matters. No.